वागर्ताविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्तप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् हरिः ओम्. So the Purva Pakshi is going on this endless chakra. He somehow wants to see the Vastu as like this or like that. Somehow he still thinks this is something which can be pushed under the domain of objects. That is because of habits. We are so used to it. We are so used to seeing things. So it is not surprising. We think this can also be seen. That is why he is not able to come out of it that easily. Whatever you say, he goes again. And they say, straighten the tail of the dog. Again, it curls. They say, proverb is there. So it is like that. It is like that. So it is understandable because we are so used to using our senses and making sense of things. So therefore, we think the same methodology will work. So he is going, whatever you say, that is what you say. You are Brahman 1,000 times, he doesn't want to wake up. Once you say you are the buffalo, this fellow gets up immediately. How can you say that? So that is because we are used to a certain methodology. So we have to only undo that methodology. I mean, Jnana Sampadana is not a complex game. It is trying to, first of all, know that we have to come from a different plane altogether, convince and get of that idea, buy that idea totally. 100% we are sold out on that idea. Oh, yeah, this is not this mamul stuff. ये मामूल वस्तु नहीं है, ये तो दूसरा है. इसमें दृढ़ संकल्प, दृढ़ श्रद्धा, that means covering a lot of ground actually, because once we have covered that much ground, naturally then we will start looking for how to do. So that is where he is taking us. Aham Brahmasmi can be told in one sentence and gone. He is putting logic, he is trying to show you how Satyam Jnanam Anantam can be actually just, So this Satyam in that shloka, we said Satyam, Jnanam and Anantam more from a Brahma-lakshanam. But then we can say all of them at our level also. The very fact that this body goes, but I don't go. The body is not Satyam because it is Badam. It is rejected one day. So Kathap. But then how did we destroy Annamaya? We said body is not you here. I told the stories, no, lot of child prodigies at the age of 1 and 2, at the age of 3, they do things which are astonishing. Where did they go and learn? Nobody taught them. That itself is a proof that we are Satyam. We have not perished. Body would have perished. Because you can have innumerable examples. In the Christian theology, I don't know how they explain it. You cannot explain it. A 1.5-year-old girl reciting 1330 Tirukural, which I myself don't know. I am a Tamilian. I have not memorized Tirukural. I know maybe 200, 300, even that some of them have forgotten, I think, because I am not reciting every day. Still it may come. A 1.5-year girl telling 1330 Tirukural clearly shows that this girl existed in some other form sometime before. So in Bangalore in 1964, 65, 67, 68, there was an Gotu Adyam Narayana Iyengar, Chitravina. Abhi to Chitravina bolta hai. Earlier it is called Gotu Adyam. There the bridge is a moving bridge. It is like a Veena. In Veena the bridge is fixed. They are doing like this. Na? In Gotu Adyam there is a roller. So there is only string. So they use the roller to create the bridge. So that sound. So that is called Gotu Adyam. So there was one Narayana Iyengar, Gotu Adyam Narayana Iyengar. He was a great Gotu Adyam player in Bangalore. His grandson is N. Ravikiran, who is a great musician. N. Ravikiran is his grandson. You know what was the sensation in 67, 68? This Ravikiran was 2 years, I think, at that time. They will bring the child to the stage. This Narayana Iyengar, after the concert is over, this small child will be put there. This Narayana Iyengar will take, he say, tongue. This fellow will identify 300 ragas, not 1 or 2. Tongue, he'll do what he'll say, what is the raga? Where did Ravikiran learn? So if you ask these questions, don't brush aside these. Deeply think about it. I mean, the current approach is if something is very difficult, chhod do yaar. No, it's not required. Look the other way. That's what we are doing. You inquire deeply. How is it possible? Don't leave it. That shows we are Satyam. The body is not Satyam. So Satyam can be easily established actually. Okay? Anantam. How do you establish Anantam? How do you say you are infinite? That's also possible if you think. To establish Ananta, you have to go to Sushupti. In Sushupti, you identify yourself with the whole world. All are same. Same Anubhava. Whether a dog or a cat or an American or an Indian, or Malayali or Maharashtrian or Gujarati, nothing. We are Ananta at that stage which we only recollected later. We are actually Ananta. So these Brahma Lakshanam are all us also, actually speaking. Yeah, that is what he is trying to slowly actually bring, that you are the same thing. So that's what he is saying. Now he is talking about Satyam. He defines beautifully, Satyam is Badharahityam, that which you cannot dispose of. Yourself cannot be disposed of. Your body can be disposed of. You come back as a child prodigy. What is another proof for it? You look at chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. In chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks, Chanchalam himana Krishna pramati balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkritam. Krishna taught some beautiful lessons on meditation. Simple cookbook approach. Only 4-5 simple instructions. And then he said, what will happen if you practice all that? Shanay, Uparamed, Buddhya, Diddigrihite, all that he said. Arjuna said, yeah, all these are nice to hear. ये तो ठीक है, ये सब बहुत बढ़िया है. Very nice to hear. But please understand, this mind cannot be controlled. You are talking so many things. All that is fine. Mind cannot be controlled. Chanchalam hi manak Krishna. Pramadi balavadram. This fellow is such a hard nut, foolish fellow. He will actually pull you the wrong side. And there is a very nice jovial story for it. One king was developing baldness. So he said, I want somebody to solve my baldness. I will give whatever he wants. None of the Vaidyas came near. Because they were afraid. Otherwise, he said, otherwise I will punish you. If it doesn't work, I will punish you. One young boy came. Sir, I will solve your problem. Give me a good quarters 40 days. Raja Bhoga. He was enjoying Rajabhoga for 40 days. He was doing nothing. Others are all getting very upset, very tense. What will happen to this boy? This boy said, I will solve the problem. 40 days he was doing nothing, enjoying food, enjoying Rajabhoga. 41st day he came to the court. Everybody was tense. What foolish is this boy? This boy will be finished now. So he brought one bottle of oil. He went to the Raja. Sir, I have solved your problem. Here is the oil. Every day morning you apply the oil. 41 days, all your problems are solved. Everybody was stunned. And Raja was very happy. Installment one, he gave him a lot of gifts. Before going, the boy said one thing. Sir, but one condition. When you are applying the hair, don't remember black color. Every day the mind will first remember only black color. Hey, हमारा स्वभाव है. So what will happen? The king will pour an oil. What should I do? Don't remember black color. Already black color has come in my mind now. Pramadi. Balavadridam. That fellow is very, very strong. So he asked, what is all this? Then Krishna said, no, I agree with you. 100% I agree. Why should I say, all wrong things? He says, I agree with you 100%. Right? But then he said, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihete. There are two methodologies for it. One, you have to develop vairagya, another, you have to have abhyasa. All that he said. Then Arjuna must have temporarily agreed for that. Okay, looks like he seems to have some, just like the boy gave an oil, something is there. Then after a few shlokas, he asked another question. And that question was, he said, all that is fine. You told me, I am even willing to agree. I will take at face value, whatever you say. I will do yoga and meditation and all that. One day I will die here. I would have at least enjoyed life. You told me Mauna Vrata and all that, Ekadashi, Upavasa, I did all that. Anyway, I am died one day. At least I would have had good food. Yesterday I missed the food. At least I would have had some food. Enjoy my life. So I am falling between the stools. He says, I am neither here nor there. What is your samadhana for it? This was the second question Arjuna asked. Okay? 38th shloka or 37th shloka, one of them. Chinna Ubayo and all that will come. So, and Arjuna replied at the end. Those are the closing shlokas, beautiful shlokas in chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. Last 6 shlokas, he makes a very important principle. Na kaschit kalyana krit durgatim tata gacchati. Arjuna, I'll tell you one thing, remember. Don't worry. Whatever good you invested will never go waste. Na kaschit kalyana krit durgatim tata gacchati. What you did good will never go waste. So don't worry about all that. Suchinam Shrimatam Geghe Yoga Brashto Vijayate. You are in a continuous path. This Janma is over, that means everything is not over. You are in a continuous path. Don't worry. That is the proof for Satyatva. That's what he said. Atava Yoga Brashto Vijayate, all that. That's how he ends the chapter. He says, don't worry. You just keep on this path. Don't worry. If you are not finished something here, you will start from there. You say the girl came at the age of 1.5 years and started reeling out 1330 Tirukural. She is continuing the path. Ravana Maharishi came at the age of 17. He did nothing, but then he became a Videha Mukta. He became Videha Mukta. We are all on a continuous floor conveyor belt. See, in Delhi airport, there is one floor conveyor belt. उसके बाद थोड़ा gap है. फिर एक बार और एक दो floor conveyor belt है. That is a journey we are doing. When death happens, we are only getting out of one floor conveyor. After some time we get onto another floor conveyor, there is continuity. Don't worry. This is a proof that we are Satyam. So when the elderly people ask me, sir, I started Vedanta very late. God has blessed you. You started. That is the most important thing. It doesn't bother when you started because Krishna has said, Na kaschit kalyanakar durgatim tata gacchati. Nothing will go waste. Why are you worried? Go on. Drop the body, you will continue. We have to go with that strength. He has given a disclaimer. He has given us the guarantee. He has thumped the desk and said, whatever, what you have spent in the last 4 days will never go waste. Take it from me. God has blessed us to come here. His grace has already befallen on us. This will go nowhere. That's what. That is exactly what I mean. See, my students ask me, sir, what do I do with Bhagavad Gita course? I am an MBA student in IIM Bangalore, top business school. You are teaching all these Vedanta. I teach my students. A lot of interest. They actually listen. Nobody has told. 15 years I have taught. Not one fellow came and told all these are bullshit. Nobody has said. On the other hand, they were only very nice. You know what I say in the last class? I want to say I could have told it tomorrow, but I'm telling it now. In any case, because contextually I'm saying, I tell my students, the largest hydroelectric dam in the world, whatever be the dam, I don't know the name, that most powerful, biggest hydroelectric dam, so much of water on that side, na? Even that dam requires a hairline crack, which you need a big microscope to see. Itna toda crack. But you plant a small crack in it, one day the dam will burst. The crack will develop. I am planting a crack in every one of our own brain. Don't worry what will happen, whether we'll get. Don't worry about all that. This journey is worth. Don't look for outcomes. Na avashyak hai. Kabhi na avashyak hai. If the crack is made on the dam one day will burst. That is called moksha. So, chod do. Oh, sab, let us not worry. So, Satyam is proof. Anantam is proof. Jnanam is proof. We are radiating our knowledge all the time. Jnanam is the easiest to taken. It has its own gradations. That is okay. See, light, when there is no clouds, the sun is very bright. Depending upon the density of the cloud, the brightness comes down. Light is there. So we are in that stage. There is a dense cloud, but there is toda light is peeping through that. Light, that is a proof light is there. Jnanam is there. We have to only remove these clouds. Avarana we have to remove. So this Satyam, Jnanam and Anantam are our own concepts. They are not some fancy concepts. We have to think through it and look for proof and get convinced. Life will become less challenging. This pressure to do something and finish it right away and all that will beautifully evaporate. We'll enjoy doing. Something comes, something doesn't come, we'll go on. That joy we are missing. We want that joy. We don't want the joy of putting everything, hitting against the wall and getting something and then paying everything to the doctor. That joy is worthless. It's not really that interesting if you really ask me. There should be a joy which is beyond all this. That will come the more and more we reflect on these concepts. That is the idea of these retreats actually. Yeah, just churn, keep on churning. Don't worry what happens. The dam will start, the work will start. These ideas will develop the crack. People will say you are a crack, that's okay. You'll say you are a crack, fine. I am happy you have recognized there is already a crack. I am very happy. जाएंगे आगे जाएंगे बस. Anyway, so this is where we were last class. Apaniteshu murteshu hi amurtam sishyate viyate. Everything is destroyed. You end up with some space. Right? In the same way, whatever can be taken out, baditeshu, ante. Sakyeshu baditeshu. Whatever can be removed, remove all of them. Something else will remain finally. Just like after you removed all names and forms and shapes, something finally removed existed. You may not know what it is, but something existed. In the same way, Sakyeshu baditeshu ante avasishyate, sishyate, yet tateva tat. You want to know what it is? No? That is what it is. Everything is removed. sarvabhadena kinchit chet yanna kinchit tadeva tat bhasha evatra vidyante nirbadam tavadastihi. So he is drawing the final nail on the coffin of Shunya in this shloka. He is drawing the final nail in the coffin. Let us see what he is saying. He is saying, Sarva Bhade, after rejecting everything possible, ena. After rejecting everything possible, Sarva Bhade, Kinchit Chet, na Kinchit Chet, say, oh, there was nothing, sir. I removed everything. This is what the Purvapakshi is saying from the beginning. From the 11th sloka, he is hanging there. Sarva Bhade na kinchit chet. Okay, I agree with you. You are saying there is nothing now. Okay. You are so put up with that idea. Let it be so. Sarva Bhade na kinchit chet. Yat na kinchit tadeva tat. You said there is nothing now. That is what I am telling now. You said there is nothing, na? That is exactly what I am saying. So he went all around and finally said, after removing everything, you said there is nothing. That is exactly I am telling also. Na kinchit tateva tat. That na kinchit that you said, no? That nothing, that empty is that. See the second line. He is explaining in the second line. For the moment, you just take it. All that he is saying is, after removing everything, you said there is nothing. That nothing is that actually. You said nothing, no? That nothing is that. That is line 1. So look at what is the second line now. Bhasha eva atra vidyante. It is all semantical jugglery here. Bhasha eva vidyante. Only the word split. You call it as nothing, I call it as vastu. That's all. Both are the same. Both are the same. You call it as nothing, I call it as vastu. Please understand, we are just playing with words. It's only vocabulary. That's all. There is nothing else. Bhasha eva atra vidyante. Please understand, nirbadam. There is something which cannot be rejected, which still exists. You call it as nothing. That's okay. I am not bothered here. You have some vocabulary. You have your vocabulary. Let us not fight on the vocabulary. So he finally put that to rest forever. He said, Nirbadam tavat astihi. Tavat astihi. Whatever you do, there is, after rejecting everything, something is there. That something you call it as nothing. I call it as vastu. Utni hai. See, Shankaracharya in his Viveka Chudamani says, Shabdajalam Maharanyam Chitta Brahmana Karanam. He uses a word like that. He says, you with Shabdajala, just intelligently play with words. Finally, you are only, head is spinning. Chitta Brahmana Karanam. So don't attach too much importance to the vocabulary. I mean, if you want to say nothing, you say here. Good luck. I am calling it as that, as the vastu. You call it as nothing. Theek hai. Let us not waste our time anymore. I have given you enough of ideas. If you still want to hold on to it, hold on to it. But let me make it very clear. What you say as nothing is exactly what I am saying, because I come from a position of logic. I say after removing everything, that must be something. That something you called as nothing, I called it as vastu. So let us agree on the semantical differences that we have. That's okay. Leave it. Let's not waste our time on it. So that is what he finally said. He said, Bhasha eva atra vidyante. Nothing else is happening. Bhasha eva atra vidyante. Okay. So that's what he's saying in the 31st sloka. Uh. That's what. That's why he's saying after removing everything, something exists. You call it as nothing. It all depends on the Vastu Lakshana. Vastu Lakshana, if it is amenable for Shadvikara, it will go through Shadvikara. If the Vastu Lakshana does not allow for it, that is the Vastu Lakshana. We are agreeing on a Vastu. We are only disagreeing on the Lakshana of the Vastu. That is what he has painstakingly taken through us. He said it is demat, so Shadvikara is not possible. It is completely dematted. It is only Swayam Jyoti. It is Satyam. Upadhi is not there, it is Nirupadhi. There is nothing attached to it. It is crystal clear, pure material. Hmm.
So that is why after we die also, we exist.
After you remove the body, something exists. You can't negate it, you have your own experience. That's why I gave all those examples. Not necessary. Asti establishes the Satta. Sat Chit Ananda. In that, the Satta is established by Asti. Then, whether it will, I'll give you an example. Table is there. Okay? Fan is there. Building is there. Table Asti. Okay? Fan Asti. Laptop Asti. Astitva is there. But Lakshana is different. Atma Asti. Sarvam Astitva only establishes the Satta. Whether the Satta is permanent or temporary is another domain. It is a different Lakshana. We have now only said exist. Now whether it will exist permanently or not is a function of its Lakshana. That's where we are painstakingly talking about the Lakshana of this Padartha. So he said it is all about only semantics. Well, say nothing, sunya, enya, say it. Yeah. I have a problem because it introduces a different mental mapping for me moment you say shunya. That's a problem. Sometimes words condition our understanding and our thinking process. No? So you have to be very careful about the words. Even in common vyavahara, we say be careful about your words. Because I meant something good to you, but I told wrongly. The choice of my words, you started thinking this fellow is so not very mindful and respectful of me. For all we know, I might not have been like that. What I mean to say is sometimes the words condition your model or mental model of that padartha. That's where the shunya may have a problem. The nothingness may have a problem. Avastha is the same avastha. Looks like the destination also seems to be same, but it generates a different mental model in me. वो नहीं करना है, इसलिए मैं वो पद का उपयोग नहीं करूंगा. But if you are still wanting to, I have given you a lot of logic on why you should not use nothingness and all is not a great idea. It looks like logically absurd. सब हमने किया. फिर भी if you are standing there, please stand there. I want to resolve it finally saying it is only a jugglery of your words. You called it as shunya and nothingness and all that. I call it as that vastu. Bas. Bhasha eva atra vidyante. The word only splits there. The semantics only differs. Baki sab, we are saying the same thing. But I have a problem. I think it's not a good idea to say that way. So he says, just leave it. Nirbadam tavadastihi. Whatever you say, after removing everything, some nirbada is there. Something which cannot be removed always exists. Only because something which cannot be removed exists, you are able to say something did not exist. To say something did not exist, you have to exist here first. Yeah. In fact, Sarvam Mrinmayam, Mritika Eva Satyam, Sarvam Mrinmayam. In there, all these are coming. So to say everything has disappeared, you have to stand somewhere and say. Some existence is required even to qualify non-existence, na? That's why he says, Sarva Badam Tavadasti, something which is beyond Nirbadam. Something is always there which cannot be rejected. Otherwise, the whole world of communication will fall because everything has been finished. What is there? There is nothing else. You and I also don't exist. So all that already spoken, na? So he was only saying that it may be a semantical jugglery. Good luck. Ata eva shrutirбhadyam bhaditva seshayatyadaha sayesha neti netityatma atmeti meti sayesha neti netyatmeti atadvyavrittirupakah. Vidyaranya has put complex words and made one. So you have to very carefully break it. Once we break it, things are controllable actually. Okay? Yes. Huh? No, no, atad vyadi vrutti. Atad vyadi. I'll explain. It is atad, it is a technical term. I'll come to it later. It's a technical term. Atad vyadi vritti rupa. Atad vyavritti rupa is a technical term. It's a technical term. Atad vyadi vritti rupa is one word actually. It's a technical word. It has a specific meaning. Ataha eva, therefore, only because of all these reasons, ataha eva, Shrutihi, our Shruti, which is our Veda, Vedanga, all that, our Sanatana Shruti hai na? Shrutihi, Badhyam Baditva, it first removed all that has to be removed. Whatever is Badhyam, Baditva, having removed it. See, in Sanskrit, this Twanta, anything that Twanta Pratyaya, having, Gatva, having gone, Kaditva, having eaten, Suptva, having slept, Bhuktva, having eaten. The Twa means having completed an act. वो बोलना है तो त्वा, you have to put a twa. So baditva, having rejected. Badhyam baditva, what all can be rejected after having rejected all of them. Okay, what did the Shruti do? Atayeva, therefore the Shruti badhyam baditva, whatever has to be removed, it removed all of them. Seshayati adaha, it actually takes the balance out of it. That is the approach it has taken. Because it knows that is the only way we will not miss the essence. You have to see, jackfruit is there. Okay. To take the jackfruit from inside, it is a skill. First, if you open with your hand, finished. Nothing will happen. You have to first apply a lot of oil. Okay? You have to apply a lot of oil and then open. Then there are so many things we have to remove. Finally, that fruit will come. You know what is the oil? So life is exactly like that. You know what is the oil? Oil is the Vairagya and Viveka. Otherwise, everything will get stuck. It will become a mess. Jackfruit taking will become an act of big mess. Unwittingly, if people open it, the day is gone. Some white fluid will come and then finished. So first apply oil. We are now applying oil to our hand now with all these scriptures. So that when we get into the world, we don't get stuck. We are applying oil in our hands now. Then you have to slowly remove. Whatever is not required, you have to remove. Take the outer shell, then cut, there is a centerpiece. You have first to open that centerpiece. Only these fellows will open. After these fellows open, there are a lot of white strings. Strands are there. You have to remove all of them. Finally, that fellow will come. So Shruti uses the same approach. It says, I will first remove whatever has to be removed. Right? Huh? Yeah. Just like a sculptor, as he is saying, you have to remove the unwanted things, you'll see the Swarupa. Right? So, atayeva, therefore, Shrutihi badhyam baditva, whatever has to be rejected, disowned, thrown into the garbage, throw it. Take it out first, otherwise it will come in the way and then completely confuse your understanding. You will not get what you have to get, you will end up with something else. First remove all the thorns. Yesterday in the meditation, that's how she started. She has already said what we are doing today. You walk into the cave, first remove all the thorns. Obstacles and thorns. That is exactly what this shloka is saying. Same thing is what it is saying this shloka. Remove all the obstructions. Take it out. Get the Rajamarga. Huh? Seshayati adaha. What remains finally is what it is. That is the approach Shruti has taken. I am only retelling it to you. Shruti took that approach. Our Veda and Vedanga prescribed that approach. How did it prescribed it? That is the second line. Saha yeshaha neti neti na iti. So that is a workable framework, workable model bolta hai na. It is a workable model. How do they do it, sir? Do neti neti. You analyze something. Vidyaranya started like that only. He used only neti neti. He first took Anandamaya. He looked at it. Chordo. Neti. Then came the next fellow. Pranamaya. Oh, not this. Neti. Then he took the Manonmaya. He looked at it. He found there is something illogical. No, nahi hoga. That's what he also did, na? In this Pancakosha, this chapter we are going through Netivada only. Throughout we are going through Netivada. Not this. Use sound logic to throw it. Don't throw it just like that. Use some good logic so that you are convinced what you are doing is right. Neti Atmeti. Na this is Atma. Na this is Atma. Na this is Atma. Iti. In this process, Neti Atmeti. This is not Atma. This is not Atma. This is not Atma. It doesn't fit into the 12 rules which I said yesterday. It doesn't fit into those 12 rules. Throw it. It cannot be. Take the next fellow. No. Take the third fellow. No. Take the fourth fellow. No. So this is Shruti's methodology. Okay? Iti, this process of neti is in Vedanta terminology has a specific term. That is called Atat Vyavritti Rupa. So he brings that term. Tat Atat. Atat Vyavritti. This doesn't exist here. That Rupa doesn't exist here. Atat Vyavritti Rupa is a very technical term. It's not there. So that is how it is done. Right? Now you don't have to go this far. I will recite two shlokas. First, shloka from Shankaracharya had a Dasha Shloki and Nirvana Shataka. Fully Netivada. We all, moment you see, you will connect it. You just see, I will recite the first shloka. See how beautifully he brings Netivada. He says, Na bhumir na toyam na tejo na vayuhu na kam nendriyam va na tesham samuhaha anekantikatva sushuptiyo eka siddhi tadeko vasishtaha shiva kevaloham. He has also removed everything. What remains is Shiva kevaloham. This is a Netivada in action. Shankaracharya went to Narmada banks. He took permission from his mother for sannyas. He went to the Narmada banks. He met his guru, Govinda Bhagavatpada. Govinda Bhagavatpada asked, who are you? Young boy, you has come, who are you? He used Netivada. He said 10 shlokas, Dasha Shloki. He asked, who are you? Normally he would have said, I am Mahadevan, I am 65 years old. I was a professor in IIM Bangalore. At the moment I have retired. I have a house. This is my address. He didn't, Adi Shankara did not say any of them. He straight away said, I already peeled all the layers, I have now come. वो तो खत्म, मेरा वो काम सब खत्म, थोड़ा डेल्टा बाकी है, आप दो डेल्टा का कुछ कर दो, बाकी सब खत्म. That's what he is saying. He is saying, na bhumihi, I am not the bhumi. Na toyam, I am not the water. Na tejaha, I am not the agni. Na vayuhu, I am not the vayu. Na kam is space. I am not the space also. Na indriyam, I am also not this karma indriya, jnana indriya, vagera, vagera, none of that. Makes it sure he wants to stop all questions. So he says, I am not even a combination of all that. Now initially he listed. Finally he said, even if you put all of them together, because somebody will ask, no, you are not separate, all of them are in one place. So to avoid that, he said, na tesham samuhaha. I am not even that. Na tesham samuhaha. Why? He says, for two reasons. What a beautiful shloka. It has two properties which is unappealing to me. One is it is aneka. It is not one, it is multiple. I don't believe in this multiple. Adi Shankara's Advaita Siddhanta is joy of oneness. That's a correct word to translate in English. It is joy of oneness. He says anekantika. Aneka antikatvat. First of all, it is many. Second, all of them will perish. He is using the same argument. Badarahitam. He is coming there. I cannot be this year. All that Panchadrishi have said in one shloka, we have finished. Anekantikatvat sushuptil ekasiddha. But I found something in Sushupti which was different from all these. Sushupti avasthayam ekaha siddha. I was alone. Nothing else was there. My indriyas are gone. The world is gone. My relatives are gone. My office is gone. My wife is gone. My house is gone. I alone was there in deep sleep. Ekaki anubhavaha. That's what he says. Sushupti ekasiddha. Tateko vasishtaha. Even if you dissolve it, there will be something remaining. So that avasishta eka, Shiva Kevaloham. This is what the boy said before taking sannyas. He has already used Atat Vyavritti Rupaka model. And he said, I have already peeled all the layers. Annamaya is gone, Pranamaya is gone, Manomaya is gone, everything is gone. You just tell me what I am. You just finish it, that's all. I have come up to the edge. Anubhavapurva. Because what we will say is what we naturally know and think of. We would never made a statement. If somebody asks, who are you, we will never say this. The moment we say this, they will immediately take it to a psychologist. We are living in that world. We are in that world. If you ask, who are you? Oh, I am not this body, I am not. Come here. थोड़ा medicine दे देंगे तो पूरा हो जाएगा. I should give you this nice joke. Jawaharlal Nehru went to a mental hospital as a prime minister. He went to a mental hospital. So prime minister has come. VIP has come, no? So one fellow who is going to be discharged, almost he is treated. They thought best we will put him in front of the prime minister. He will talk properly. So this fellow was, he is one of our patient. So Jawaharlal Nehru talking to the fellow, talked so well. Beautifully he spoke. Because they almost cured, no? Then finally Jawaharlal Nehru asked one question. Do you know whom are you talking to? He said, I don't know. You are talking to Jawaharlal Nehru, the Prime Minister of India. This fellow said, I was also saying like that. 6 months treatment. 6 months treatment, you will be all right. So like that, if you go and say like this, if you just go and see, I am not the body, I am not the, water, I am not, they'll say, I will take you to Monday. 6 months you will come back to our Samaja again. Everything will be all right. I am reminded of that joke now. So what I am saying, this is an Anubhava. This has gone to a different level. And this is a Netivada. What is he doing? He says, I am not this, not this, not this, not this. This is what is being told here. That is the Netivada. Neti neti atmeti. Atatvyavritti rupakatah. That's what he's saying. There's one more, no? Mano buddhyahankara chittani naham nacha shrotra jihve nacha grana netre nacha vyoma bhumir tejo navayuhu chidananda rupak shivoham shivoham. Jaggi Vasudeva, popular song. Again, this is Naitivada only. This is Nirvana Shataka, that is Dasha Shloki. Both are saying the same thing. That's why sometimes you get confused with these two shlokas. You remember once we were talking. I also confused her a little bit. Both are saying the same thing, Naitivada. That is the methodology we have. So we don't have to go to the rooftop and tell all these to anyone. Internally you develop that feeling, that sense, that wisdom, that reality of life. That is the Vastuvika Vishaya. Outside you deal with the world. I am not saying Vyavahara don't. Paramarthika Drishti must be pakka. There should not be aspashtata there. That must be pakka. With that drishti, your Vyavahara will be qualitatively different, I am telling you. We will not run away from Vyavahara, it will be qualitatively different. Develop that vision, develop that feeling strongly within you. Many things that you worried about, you will stop worrying less. You will worry less. To begin with, you will worry less. That is our biggest worry here. So many things we are worried actually. With this knowledge, our quantum of worry will come down. That's the biggest blessing you can ask for. What more you want? Don't ask for moon and all that. Ask for some realistic things. Your worry list will come down. I am telling you. You take all these, guarantee. I am not giving the guarantee. Shruti is giving the guarantee. I am only, talking. The worry will come down. Life will become a little more interesting. Life will become a little more beautiful. That's all we need here. I mean, all that we will see. I mean, despite all that, this is the example again. I am a professor of operations management. I do a lot of I used to do a lot of consulting, a lot of manufacturing companies. I have really fixed things. I am actually very good in Toyota production system. Toyota Bangalore called me to fight a case for income tax department. They called me because if they talk, they are not going to listen. So the chief of finance came to me once, sir, can you help? And I helped them. So there is something called zero defects. Zero defect is only an idea. Don't break your head on it. Put that goal there. Start the process. It will become 1% defect, then 10,000 parts per million, 1,000 parts per million. Journey is more important. But while you make the journey, that goal should never change. So this Paramarthika Drishti is our goal of life. Let it remain. वो पाथ में इधर उधर जा सकते हैं, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, all that is fine. Put that clarity of thought on the wall clearly, because that will inform, when it will come handy. When you face some challenges in life, personal challenges, challenges in workplace, some difficult decisions that you make, that time that fellow will help. You don't understand it. This clarity will beautifully inform you what to do. With a lot of courage, we will take decisions which you would not have done before. That is the value of all this. We don't straight away say Six Sigma and all, we don't say that and all after 10 years. You put systems, you improve the quality, thoda ek step jaake hum quality improve kar denge. Same approach in our life also. But get the zero defects first. Understand your goal. Understand who you are as an unambiguous concept. Then Baki sab we'll see. It will inform how to even carry out our life. From a day-to-day basis to a strategic level, everything it will inform. I can only say it is all our anubhava. That's all I can say. You don't even have to take what I say in face value. Think about it. It will slowly happen in you. That is the value of this. Beautifully it will show up as time goes. We don't even know how it works. Look back after 10 years, things have changed a little bit. That's the charm of all this. So this neti and all that kind of things which are being done. Tu yad yavat tatyaktum shakyate kilam अशक्यो ह्यनिदं रूपः स आत्मा बाधवर्जितः idam akilam rupam, this world of form and name and shape. That's what we see all the time, no? Everything for us is name, fame, shape, form, color, attributes, etc., etc. That is what we see all the time, right? In this world. Idam rupam yat akilam yavat tyaktum shakyate yavat tyaktum shakyate, keep on dropping all that you are seeing, shape, form, object, relationship, this, that, power, position, ego, etc., 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 all that you can experience and find, put it on the other side. Through neti, throw it. Okay? Ashakya hai, there is something which you will not be able to. If you go on this journey, you will finally end up with something which you cannot. Unless we go, we don't know. That's the problem. Okay? Ashakya hai hi anidam rupa hai. It is not idam rupa hai. It is without form. That is why it didn't catch your attention. That's why it didn't catch your attention through the indriyas. Because that cannot be. Anidam rupa hai sa atma. That is the atma. Bhadavarjita hai. That cannot be negated. That cannot be thrown into the dustbin. Not possible. Uh, Same, because he said idam rupa, he takes the opposite of it contextually. In other words, you know why he is using anidam rupa? He is using set theory, A and A prime. In set theory, they say this is A. Anything other than A, we call it as A prime, no? So anidam rupa is the prime of idam rupa in set theory. Anything other than that, which is in another context, we can call it as arupa and all that. Here it is saying anything which is not this, because under this everything will go, and our friend's nothingness will remain finally. Everything will go.
There is a feeling that Arupa is something. That also is negative.
No, they are samana only, but here because of A, he wanted to say A dash, A prime. Set theory में बोलता है A prime. तो is not this, it is other than this. इसलिए वो एक ही पदम उपयुज्य एतत् अत्र.
Basically to strengthen, not ease.
Yeah, exactly. So these are all the adjectives for Atma. What are the adjectives for Atma? Bhadavarjita. You cannot throw that fellow into the dustbin. Okay? Anidam rupa. It is not idam rupa. It is anidam rupa. It doesn't fit into this shape, form, etc., etc. Right? Tyaktum ashakya. It cannot be, you can't live it also. Because something remains, there is always a residual. Whatever, that's why if you destroy all the building, space remains here. You cannot destroy the space. Something remains at the end of the day, so you can't even take it out. That's why I call it as residual. After taking out everything, something must be there. You are using only sound logic. After removing everything, something must be there. These are all that Atma. You wanted to know how to find it? These are clues by which you can find. Right? So, in this context, because this vastu is the most difficult to explain. If there is something you can show and explain, oh, what is a speck? Oh, this is a speck. Specs will have something, there will be lens there will be some to hold the nose. What you can show, idrik tadrik are much easier here. You can show, demonstrate, explain, sab kar sakte hain. Something which doesn't have a name and shape, what are you going to do with that? There is genuinely a problem to explain it. That is why we are really That Purvapakshi, I am sympathizing with the Purvapakshi. He is only going back and forth to make sure he is not missing it out. That is why our Vedanta, in our Shruti and Vedanta and all that, they use three methodologies to solve this problem. One is Neti Neti. This is one method. Instead of finding what it is, please find out what it is not. The balance ought to be what it is. Makes life a little easy, implementable idea. Give me an implementable idea. This is an implementable idea. Kartum shakyate. It is easy for me to say it is not, rather than saying it is. That's an interesting path to go. That's why Vedanta prescribes that. So that is one method. Neti Neti is one method. Second method is Tatastha Lakshana. Yesterday I told Tatastha Lakshana. If it is something very complex which you cannot explain directly, show something very close to it. Oh, Tataka is there. Near that there is this coconut tree. Below that there is going to be a tree. You will never be able to see a house here. There is actually a house there which you can't see from here. But you see the coconut tree and the lake. So you used two known padarthas and try to talk about an unknown padartha. By that, what does it mean? I am only taking you very close. And the chances of you finding is very high. All our Upanishads are of that variety. I mean, if I get into it, it becomes a big subject. How the Tatastha is being used and all, I am not getting into it. Shruti says, I will take you very close. Baki sab, almost you are gone there, you will find the house now. From here, it is not visible. So that methodology also uses. It is called Tatastha Lakshana. Then the third thing he uses is Swarupa Lakshana. Just talk about its attributes. That's all. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That is the Swarupa Lakshana. Oh, the Vastu that you are there, that is what we took through in this particular chapter. Use the others also wherever required. A complex thing, sometimes it can be explained by its attributes only. But we have to be very careful. You should not say Brahman has Jnanam. If you say Brahman has Jnanam, you can take it out. It is different from Brahman. Brahman is Jnanam. You should not say Brahman has Jnanam. Brahman is Jnanam. Brahman is Satyam. Brahman is Anantam. That is called Swarupa Lakshana. The moment you say has, that means there may be less, there may be more, sometimes it is not there also. All that will happen. Avayava will happen. All that will happen sometimes if you say has. You should say is. So they are the Swarupa Lakshana. That is another method. That is the method we tried. We said, oh, you know, this self is Satyam, self is Jnanam, self is Anantam. Then you try to explain how to recognize Satyam, how to recognize Jnanam, how to recognize Anantam. Then you are there. Because it is, please understand, this is a complex subject. Complex to describe, simple to, once we know it, it may be simple. But it is really complex to articulate. Because there is no form, no shape. So you have to tell all kinds of negatives. It cannot be cut. It cannot be dried. I mean, if you don't know the basic structure, it will be head spinning. What are you talking about? If you know the basics, oh, this is what is being told. I understand now. Which means it only says don't use all those attributes and try. That's the meaning of this. It cannot be cut. It cannot be dried. Fire cannot burn it. Water cannot wet it. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2. You cannot dry it, you cannot wet it, you cannot cut it. What does it mean? That means this cutting, drying and burning are all for material object. This fellow is not there. That's all. You should not think, oh, what material cannot be cut, at the same time not cut. We are still in the material domain, we will have a problem. Oh, there is a new R&D they have done. Some material which cannot be cut, which cannot be dried, which cannot be burnt. Then we get into R&D and find out what is that material. That is not the idea. We have to understand it differently. Because it is difficult to say. So you have to tell it slightly differently. So that is the methodology. So he says that, so that is the Swarupa. So Swarupa Lakshana, Tatastha Lakshana Neti Neti Vada. These are the three sound methodologies that is being used. Power is gone. We all have our book. Thank God. We will continue anyway. This fellow is not the parala. He just keeps shouting and saying. So in this shloka he said, Itam Rupam tu yat yavat tat tyaktum shakyate akilam ashakya hai hi anidam rupa hai sa atma bhadavarjita hai. So until he uses the word bhadavarjita, 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 he is talking about Satyam. Satyam is bhadavarjitam. That's the definition he made at the beginning. So he is defining Satyam in different ways. Taking different methodologies and different angles, he is slicing it. Digiyatra is working now. He is looking the same thing in different angle and getting you there. Right? So these are all the definition of Satyam. Badam and Badam. Yeah. Okay. So we are in the last leg of our journey because he is talked about the Sarupa Lakshana of Jnanam. He has talked Sarupa Lakshana of Satyam. These two he has spoken. So then he moves on. Probably he'll talk about Anantam and then we'll say, boss, this is what it is. Brahman also is this. You are also that. Reflect on it. Then all these complications, you leave it. Don't break your head like that. You just leave it. That's what he's going to say. So we will see one more shloka. Siddham Brahmani Satyatvam Jnanatvam tu Pureritam Swayamevānubhūtitvāt Ityādi vachanaihi sputam. This is a sort of a concluding shloka for the discussions we have had so far. Ideally, I should have put it as the last shloka there, I think. Because I didn't read it that way. Honestly, I'll tell you, I didn't read Pancakosha. I had no time. I have to give this. So quickly I took something and then put it and sent it to him. After that, I have just listened to one lecture. As I lectured, I took some notes. I am not even looking at these notes. In between, I see what is there. I am just saying now. Ideally, this I should have put it anyway. Should have put it with all because it's a concluding kind of a shloka. So what it is saying, Siddham, we got it. It was resolved. Our doubts were reasonably clarified. Siddham. What was Siddham? Brahmani, in Brahman. It's a Saptami. Right? In Brahman. Brahmani, Kim Siddham? Satyatvam and Jnanatvam. So far we described the Satyatva and the Jnanatva, which are the Lakshanas of the Brahman. That's what we did. In all these shlokas up to 33. That's what he's saying. That's what we did, no? First we talked about Jnana. Swayam Prakasha. It doesn't need anything to inform itself. It is consciousness by itself. It doesn't need, sugar doesn't need sweetness to be added to it. It already has it, etc., etc. So those are all the Jnanatva. Then Badarahityam, which we saw last 5-6 shlokas, 28 onwards, 33 Paryantam. Those are all about establishing the Satyam. Shloka 28 to 33, it was establishing Satyam. From Shloka 14 or 15 up to 27, we were establishing the Jnanatva. Swayam Prakasha, etc., etc., all that we spoke. So that is what this shloka is saying. He is saying Siddham. Brahmani Siddham. This is resolved in our understanding of Brahman. What is resolved? Satyatvam, Jnanatvam tu. Purehe Aritam. This has been told already. We have already discussed. That's what he is referring to. He said, so far we have done it. Right? That's what he says. Swayameva anubhutitva. There is one shloka. Shloka 16 or 17. Where is it? Shloka 16. No, Swayam Jyotihi. There is one shloka exactly starting with this. No. Shloka 13. Look at Shloka 13. It says Swayameva Anubhutitvat. He is referring that. Shloka 13. So here he is saying in 30th shloka, 31st shloka, 34th shloka, of course. What he is saying? Swayameva Anubhutitvat iti. Ityadi vachanaihi. Which means go back to shloka 13. From shloka 13 onwards, I have taken you up to shloka 33. That's what he is saying. Same word he is using here. He started shloka 13 like that. Swayam eva anubhutitvat vidyatena anubhavyata jnatr jnanantara bhavat agnyeyona tu asattaya. That is what he said. He refers to that shloka 13 and he says here Swayam eva anubhutitvat ityadi vachanaihi sputam sputikritam. We have developed some level of clarity. Yeah, sputam, clear. Sputam means which is brought out clearly. Which is brought out clearly. Right? So far we have very clearly said this. What is remaining is only Anantam. Satyam and Jnanam is over. Anantam. This session is going unending, so I will stop here. We need a little antatva for us. I think I don't want you to really, I can go on, but I don't want to do it. I think there are a lot of good ideas. Of course, I'm very, very thankful to you are all very faithfully sitting here. I think I've been a little unkind. We will stop here. It's 20 minutes ahead, but that's okay. Yeah. I think tomorrow morning we will manage the remaining 9 slokas. Don't worry. You will go with the Swarupa of Pancakosha chapter 3. Siddham, that to Siddham now. So we will close the session here with the Shanti Mantra. Yeah, let us morning we will hand over to. Yeah, this is tomorrow we'll have only 2 sessions. I mean, next time then you will say this fellow is just putting me on a frying pan and then frying me. Anyway, I think it all nice. We have been very appreciative. I'm very happy to see the kind of interest and genuinity with which you are all, with all our constraints, very beautiful. Yeah, वो हो गया पता नहीं. Yeah, no problem. So I will finish the Shanti Mantra and we'll close this session. Absolutely. So. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.